people of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is my friend Joe. Hi, Joe.
Al, how are you?
Together, we do a podcast called Kinda Right, and that's what you're listening to right now. Our 107th podcast,
In all
give or take. Yeah, it's kind of like the whole, what year is it thing? It's like 2019, give or take. 107, give or take.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. What are you, sick?
No, I'm
Just recovering from a nap?
yeah, I was asleep, sound asleep. I still don't know where I am. I know where I am, but
Did you wake up because you had to pee, or?
no, I woke up because I meant to take a nap and to get up to do this,
Right.
and then I kind of woke up in a start.
I would so
My
do it.
wife was watching television, and I was laying down on the couch, and it was like sort of twilight-ish, so it could have been morning.
Yeah, been there.
And
That means you slept hard.
I didn't realize what time it was.
How long do you think you were out?
Well, Bill left around 4, so I believe I was out for like 2 hours or so,
Nice.
maybe a little less.
Yeah, that's about the minimum for me if I'm, you know what I mean?
So I don't know why I woke up, but I woke up and then it was 6:19, and it didn't dawn on me immediately that we had this
Right.
to do tonight. But then I said, I think there's a podcast tonight,
Right.
and here we are.
I like to take naps on the weekend, but this weekend I got one, and it was like an hour, and it sucked. I was better off not taking it. You know what I mean?
Well, sometimes that's
And it was like 6 to 7 at night, and it was like, what are you doing? You know?
right.
But I still slept okay. As you know, recovering from severe alcohol withdrawal. You saw me at the worst of it, I think, last Thursday.
Are you feeling better?
Oh, way better physically. Like then I had no emotion. I was like, I'm not drinking, but my body wanted one, you know? And what happens is your nerves and shit, your brain just gets used to the booze being around, you know? And it fucks your nerves up, and it gets used to operating on the shit. And then it wants it around, you know?
Can't you stop living if you quit drinking right away?
Well, you can. And I might have almost died. I'll tell you right now, it makes you not want to drink again. I'll tell you that. Because clearly I can't. I've been starting and stopping for a while now. And it just gets worse every time you stop. So it's either drink yourself to death or don't drink anymore, you know?
Well, that's why this one caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Because you seem to be fine. This isn't Al's first rodeo with drinking and quitting drinking. And so I just figured it was the same thing. But this one obviously was a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, man. I thought I was dying. So that's why I stopped. That's why I'm not going to drink again. I'm going to smoke a lot of herb, though.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the pot is pot's pretty good for you.
Well, they say it can even help fucking repair your damaged liver.
Yeah.
Or prevent it, from killing you quicker. But
Well, I think anything than alcohol all the time has got to be good for you.
yeah, like water.
Water's probably good for you.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that.
It's proven that people will, if you continue to drink at an excessive rate, you'll die from it.
From it, right.
I mean, it's it's not even like one of those things where you just wonder about. It's sort of like it's a factual thing.
And I gotta figure
It will kill you
as far
if you
as
want it to.
people throughout history, I gotta be in the top 50, 100 who consumed as much as you could in fucking 50 years, a lifetime.
Well, I don't know about
Guys
that.
used to die from it in their 20s and 30s, but I swear to God, I'm drinking 3, 4, 5 lifetimes worth of booze. You know what I mean?
Well,
100 lifetimes worth of booze.
I don't spend every waking moment with you, of course, but
Yeah.
I believe there's people that are not sober ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe there's people that are not. I don't believe it. I know. I've met people that are not sober ever.
You know, I have gone through periods like that for a while, but this wasn't. This was just at night pounding, and on the weekends, every waking moment drinking. Wasn't drinking at work, although I'd say one day a couple weeks ago I might have left and went and got a couple of nerves to feel better. But
Yeah, I think there's people that just
are shit faced all day.
Yeah,
Well, that's
they're-
me on Saturdays and Sundays.
they're just drinking constantly,
Yeah.
and
I was like that 2 days a week. I'm all set.
it happens, and
Now, don't get me wrong. It's fun, but you can't. If you want to live, you can't do it. It's fun while you're doing it, though. You know.
well, depending on what your idea of fun is,
Right.
yes,
Being drunk, Joe.
being drunk's fun.
It shuts all the shit off in your head. Speaking of shutting the shit off in your head, I'm starting with a one-on-one counselor on Saturday morning.
Well, good.
Yeah. Which
Good.
is a big step for me.
You know, a checkup from the neck up is a good thing.
Problem is it's a fucking mental health care worker or whatever it is. It's not even a fucking... My wife's like, we gotta find somebody and you gotta go. Stop with the, you know. But I'm not gonna get out of work early to go, and it's hard to find a night appointment. So I found a guy who will do Saturday morning in South Middleborough. But
No, I don't understand. What's your apprehension? He's a, what is he? This is a master's degree therapist or something
yeah,
like that.
something like that. Yeah.
I don't think that's the end of the world.
No, we'll see. He's around my age, apparently. I'll talk to him, see what up. You know what I mean?
I mean, it depends on.
He can't prescribe me nothing. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
but
I'd like to get back on the crazy meds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can go to a GP and get on the crazy.
Yeah, I know. I got to talk to my doctor.
I mean, the crazy meds are easy.
I wonder if they'll ever give me a prescription to Xanax again. Probably not. I had one and let it go.
Why not?
I don't know. Because of the reason I got off of them in the first place, which was that I really liked them. I was starting to eat them.
Were they becoming like Pez?
No, but once you get up to, you're supposed to take one as a Band-Aid, and then it was one a day, and then it was starting to be 2 a day. You know what I mean? Just the addict thing. I'm an addict. The same with the drinking. I just can't, you know what I mean? More, give me more. If anything that you perceive as somewhat good, food, sex, booze, drugs, gambling. I talk about it all the time. I'm an addict.
Now,
If it fucking touches off a pleasure center, I'm down.
you haven't fucked any of my animals, have you?
That doesn't, to me, that doesn't seem very pleasurable, so no.
All right, good. Just wondering.
I'm not a dog addicted to dog fucking, Joe. Just fucking.
Well, there's a few cats up there, too.
Eh.
And they look at you a little cross-eyed every once in a while.
Right.
So I've been, just wondering. I think we have a giant rat living out underneath the shed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking a fucking giant, a New York City fucking sized rat.
Right.
He's not seen a lot, but he's fucking living out there.
Yeah, is he like, you feeding him? Is he eating garbage?
I don't know what he eats. I mean, we're not feeding him on purpose. And the garbage isn't torn apart or anything.
I killed 3 mice in my apartment last month.
But I mean, we're talking about something that could be a rat or a small dog.
Yeah, all right. Well, it's probably a rat.
And I've never seen it, but the guys working here, who still work for me, saw it a couple times
Yeah.
in the backyard, and it lives underneath there. And when you go in the shed, you can hear it fucking smashing around.
Really?
Down in the back corner. Yeah. So it's not like I'm going to go down and try to face the I'm not crawling into the ditch with the rat.
Man, you better hope there's not like a couple rats and one's a boy and one's a girl and they're about to have some more rats.
I don't know, but I don't know about the rats need to live near fucking food, don't they?
Well,
there's not food really around
I don't know what to say. Maybe there is.
that I know of. I mean,
Yeah.
there's not, there isn't it's not like we throw out half a turkey every day and it gets eaten.
Right.
Just doesn't seem like a place that a rat would want to live.
Right. I don't know. Not being a rat.
But I asked several times, is this a rat? Or is this like some sort of, is this a possum?
Yeah, that could be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're not all that bright.
What do they eat?
The
Leaves
guys
and
that
shit?
worked here?
No, the possums.
I don't know, but I don't think they eat what rats do. Because you see them dead in the road all the time. Don't they have the rat-looking tail?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they look like a big rat. Big, blind, ugly fucking rat.
But they insist this is a fucking rat. So
I had a possum in the garage in Carver once. And I got him out.
this is under the...
Oh, I know. I'm just
Under the
saying.
shit.
I've dealt with the whole fucking animal thing.
He hasn't... I mean, you're not bothering anybody, and I've never seen him,
Right.
but there's something fucking under there.
Right. You'll know when, after it dies. If it dies under there, then you'll know.
Maybe it's just an old
Like
rat,
if a
and he's
cat
looking for a
gets it.
place to...
To die.
Yeah.
Could be.
I don't know.
I don't know. They like to live near wet, too. I thought it was garbage and or wet. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
It's not very wet over here.
But there's no... like they got those fucking rats down by the ocean that live in the rocks.
Right.
Those are huge. They live off dead shit that rolls in. And,
Yeah. Chum.
right. I don't know what this rat's... Maybe he's a grass-eating rat.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. But it's an interesting story because there is something in there. Because Bob Malone came in and got me and said, hey, there's something fucking huge living over in this corner over here. And, of course, there was something flipping around underneath the shed.
They eat everything, man. They don't eat just garbage. They will eat grass and seeds and nuts and grains and fruits and whatever they can find.
Now, are they predatory? I mean, will they go and catch shit?
They actually will hunt on occasion, catching bugs and other small animals. So,
Maybe he's living off rabbits or something down in this rat.
Jesus,
This rat cage.
I don't know if a rat's going to eat one of them rabbits.
Although there was a fucking rabbit out in the backyard today, but who knows? Are they nocturnal? Are rats nocturnal?
I got a feeling maybe, but maybe not. Yeah, I mean, if the rabbit's up during the day and the rat's up at night, pretty sure the rabbit will be fine. Speaking of rats, I know you don't pay any attention to the political news, right?
No, I have no idea what's going on.
Well, you know that broad Kellyanne Conway, she's kind of a mouthpiece for the Donald.
Yes, the blonde-haired, not overly good-looking
Right.
woman.
Her husband, who's bizarre looking, they don't look like they would go together. He's a lawyer, and he had a chance at anyway. He's been calling Trump basically a lunatic. He's been basically saying he's mentally ill and somebody needs to fucking check his head.
Really?
Trump came out either yesterday or today and said that he's a total loser. I mean, what's the work dynamic there? One of your mouthpieces who you get along great with, you hate her husband, and her husband thinks you're nuts. I mean, what's it got to be like? That's just a weird dynamic. Old Kelly Conway, her husband, and the Donald.
Yeah. Well,
you almost can't make it up.
I guess it's like that. I think these people don't. They don't mean anything that they say to start with.
They're always lying, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah. The default setting is if your mouth's flapping, there's a lie coming out of it.
Well, I don't know whether it's a lie, but it's an
angle.
It's some sort of like he called you an idiot, so now you have to call him an idiot.
Right.
But I think that's just the way it is.
Well, that's Trump.
Now, do you really believe the person's an idiot? And
I think that George Conway really thinks that Donald Trump is
probably
nuts.
Because if he didn't,
unstable,
he wouldn't jeopardize his wife's job.
Right.
Meaning he must really be a believer.
Right.
That, Trump is just a crazy person.
Yeah. He thinks his mental stability is in question, to say the very least.
But
isn't Trump great?
Well, this is the whole reason why I love Trump.
Yeah.
Because Trump can make even the most logical. I don't even know if the guy's a liberal. Is he a liberal?
No,
do we know what he is?
He's a GOP lawyer.
I think he can make the.
He almost got hired in the civil department of the Justice Department, the civil section of the Justice Department, on the team that defends the White House from civil suits. But
I've always looked at it like this. I've paid attention to politics for a long time and then stopped. And I stopped when shortly after the guy that I thought we needed finally got elected, who was not, it wasn't necessarily, it didn't have to be Trump. It could have been anybody, but an institutional disruptor is what I thought that we needed. Because I believe that not everything in government, but I think there is so much in government that is so horrendously broken that you need somebody that is just fucks with the brains of not just everyone on the left, because they're all out of their minds, but even the people in your own party who, and he's not a Republican in any kind of like, I'm a real conservative and
right.
I mean, he spent more money than Obama before him. You know what I mean? As far as racking up debt. So I just don't think that I think the amount of damage that he has done to the minds of these people that are just entrenched, who think that what they're doing is the right thing. When you live in an area that never has a recession, that never experiences what the rest of the country experiences, and then you never leave, which is basically what that place is.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying Washington, D.C. is a utopia. There's certainly the poor part of Washington, D.C. where people are eating dog food, and they tend to be on the darker side.
Talking outside the political industrial complex.
But I'm talking about, the Virginia, D.C., Maryland people that live everybody's feeding at this trough. whether you be a lawyer or a lobbyist or whatever. And I think you should probably be fucking executed. Or at least have your livelihood wildly disrupted.
Well, it has been.
And that's
Right down to the 800,000 workers who fucking didn't get a check for 5 or 6 weeks.
I don't care unless these $800,000 the 800,000 workers. I'd like to know what each one of them does and how that makes every other American's life better, their job. And if it doesn't, they probably should be fucking shit can. But then again, we're heading towards the artificial intelligence age where scarcity, the only reason things have any value is because they're scarce. And the problem is things like food and water and clothing, and they're not scarce anymore. There's no scarcity. We can feed everybody. We could, if we wanted to, we could feed everybody in the world comfortably. We certainly can feed everybody in the United States and keep a roof over their head. And that's where the universal basic income. So it's kind of for me, it's the conflicting side. So are these 800,000 people just scum sucking off of everybody else, or are they just, people that otherwise wouldn't have had a job,
Well, they have. That's a hard one to guess either way. You
either.
can't. You know what I mean?
Well, they certainly they shouldn't be promoted to anything, and they shouldn't. I believe like 20%. There's some crazy figure like 20% of all government workers do all of the work,
right?
And the other 80% sit around and figure out ways to get more out of their fucking
pension
job, pension, and find ways not to work,
right?
And I don't know, maybe that's just the way it is.
Yeah, but
you're not looking for ways to find extra work for yourself when you're working in a. If you're, it's. What kind of supervisors do you have, and what kind of union do you have? And a lot of these people in government service have a union behind them.
The old public service employee union.
So, I don't know. The electric company that we live under that has a monopoly, they've got a union, and that's not working out very well for anyone. Well, actually, it's working out quite well for the people in the union. But anybody paying an electric bill, it's not working out very well.
No. Electricity be expensive, Jim.
So,
especially if you got 5 window rattlers in your apartment.
Yeah, if you got
your circa 1903 apartment building.
If you got that shit going on.
See if I can't get it up over 500 this year. Which I know you know all about $500 electric bills in the summer.
It's not that hard.
No, it's not.
You just got to, I don't know, you just got to leave a few lights on.
We kind of
Actually, I don't even know if that's it anymore. It's not lights anymore because everybody's got LED. I got LED lights everywhere, and I try to turn most of them off.
I should probably turn off the 5 subwoofers that are on at all times. That never ever shut off. You know what I mean? But I mean,
at your place?
Yeah, I mean, but if you're gonna list, no, in my place. There's probably 2 or 3 in here too, but I like the vibration. We started talking about it last time. Are you planning to have that up and running again up the hill? Speaking of electric bills,
yes,
yeah, by the summer.
That's the goal.
Cool.
So we'll be doing that.
Do you know that Liz Warren wants to abolish the Electoral College and have reparations for slavery, which I know you're not that against. I'm against that, but the abolishing the Electoral College so New York, Miami, and L.A. can elect every president. You know what I mean? That's because that's what'll happen.
Yeah, I don't have any strong feelings towards the Electoral College, other than that you can't. It's a constitutional thing, so if you want to change it, you need to.
We got some serious work to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. This isn't something you can.
It's not a finger snap.
No, I mean, you need to have. I forget now. You have to have some crazy amount of Congress people on board, and then it's going to go
to the state legislatures.
And then it's like just 3/4 of the states. It's a lot of the states.
Yeah.
It's a super majority of the states have to ratify it.
Right.
Because, they tried. The last thing that I remember that was constitutional that was going through was, unless I'm completely asleep, was the Equal Rights Amendment.
That was a long time ago, too, and it did not pass.
And it didn't pass.
Nope.
And that got to the point where it was going from state to state, and the states didn't ratify it.
Right.
So, well, good luck to her. It's just, you can say whatever you want to say.
I don't know. They were talking about some way around the whole fucking, I don't know.
I just think that anybody that lied about being an Indian to get ahead isn't qualified to be president.
About not qualified to be the senior senator from the fucking state of Massachusetts.
Well, she's a piece of shit.
She's our own little national embarrassment.
If I'm not saying that Trump wouldn't do this, but he certainly wouldn't get caught. See, it's not about what she did. It's about that she got caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you put something on, because Trump would get out of it somehow. Do you know what I mean? You have to, if you're going to fucking lie through your teeth, you got to do it in such a way that you don't get caught.
Right.
Now, I'll give you an example. Apparently, now Cohen, the Cohen guy that, was testifying on.
Yes.
Apparently, he was, he was Trump's fixer. So Trump calls him up and says, "I got this problem. We need to do something." But that's as far as Trump would go.
Yeah.
There was never any, "What do we need to do, Donald?" "I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I need the problem to go away." "Well, should we kill him?" "Oh, well, of course not."
Right.
You're a lawyer. You must be use something in your lawyer trick bag. And you can't fault somebody for saying that.
Right.
If your lawyer is doing something illegal and you never told him to do something illegal, then it's the lawyer's fault.
Right.
You're the lawyer. That's why you can't, what is this guy he's going to get up and he's going to say, well, would he say, give her the money and shut her up? Well, no, he'd say things like, well, we kind of need to make this kind of sort of go away, and what can you do? And there was a lot of inferences, but he never said, put Indian down on the fucking application.
Right.
He never did it. He wouldn't do it himself.
Right.
He would have had somebody else fill out the application.
Well, he is an excellent delegator.
And then he would have gone, "I didn't fill this out.
Right.
That fucking moron that I hired filled it out. And of course I'm not an Indian."
Right.
Where she filled it out herself, and she's fucking bagged.
Right.
She's fucking bagged, and you can't get past it. And if you ever get close to the nomination, people are going to be screaming Pocahontas at you.
All these Democrat and more people are popping up, and a lot of the people who we all knew were running, and more to come. Joe Biden among them, but
I thought he went away.
no, it looks like he's going to run. But anyway,
He all but said that he wasn't going to run.
he's going to probably announce this weekend that he's running.
Shit.
Yeah, And fucking Trump's already all over it, calling him low IQ Joe. And he did the whole low IQ thing about John McCain over the weekend, too. Jesus Christ. Let that guy rest, will you, Donald?
He's dead, too.
Oh, my God. He did the whole John McCain last in his class at Annapolis. You know what I mean? Again.
Oh, I guess he really is. See, I read a week ago that Joe Biden had said that he was out.
Where was I going on that? Oh, all these Democratic contenders are all being very nice to each other. I wonder which one is going to be the first of them to start harking on old Pocahontas. Cory,
Yeah, I know.
Cory Booker, Kamala Harris. Which one are you going to step up? You know? Can you imagine who's
They're just going to start eating each other.
They are, and who is going to emerge from that fucking quivering pile of goo to get just their forehead smashed in by fucking
Maybe that
the Donald's heel.
Maybe the disaster will run again from last time. Wouldn't that be great if she throws her hat in the ring? Fucking Hillary.
They'll all bow out, by the way.
Oh, no.
You don't think so?
No, they'll be get your fucking emails,
Yeah.
douchebag. I mean, if she throws her hat into the ring, she'll be the first one to be eaten.
You
There's
think?
no more, this is the
No
United
more Clinton
one.
love? Right.
No, there's nothing but Clinton hate. As far as they're concerned, she's responsible for Donald Trump being president.
Right.
And as far as they're concerned, he's the worst fucking human being on the planet that's ever been president.
Right.
So, there is no love for her at all. They would be, you better get your fucking email.
Yeah, right.
Because we're going to be talking about your email from fucking day one, you lying puck. She's just a lying whore. So she'd be very stupid, I believe, to get into this. There wouldn't be a lot of, the United one is back.
Right.
She's not, it's not United. It's the,
I don't know.
Ointed.
The appointed one? The anointed one?
Anointed.
Yeah.
The anointed one. She's not the anointed one anymore. The anointed one is fucking gone.
There is no anointed one right now. That's the fucking problem for these guys.
Well, that's why they're all going to eat each other.
Paul Ryan's making noise, too. Everyone thinks that he's going to be the one in 2020 to take over for the Donald. That's why he's fucking resting up right now. Making lots of corporate fucking...
He's a glassy-eyed moron. He really is. He's stupid.
Yeah.
That's the problem with him.
Yeah.
He's not very bright.
Well.
And he's not... Look, nobody's as... This is why we love Trump.
Right.
Nobody's as vicious as Trump.
No, he's the most vicious person ever.
I mean, that's the thing you got to understand. This guy is so fucking vicious that...
Yeah.
He brought Bill Clinton's whores to the presidential debate.
So good.
I mean, it's just, there is nothing there's nothing that would surprise me.
Right.
He will do anything to win because it's all about winning. So, I mean, in that part, I don't pay attention to the politics anymore, but that's why... It's because I know that I'm in good hands.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to pay attention.
Right.
You just, like
Trump's
you said,
in.
You knew that once he got in, he would fulfill your dream of somebody coming in and just shaking things up a little bit. You know what I mean? But you got to admit, it was hard to predict just how crazy he would make people. You know what I mean? It's just this ever-growing snowball of fucking panic and fucking loathing, you know?
Yeah, and I know, but I look at it and I go, over what?
Yeah.
He's stepping on a lot of things that are supposedly sacred. And I'm not talking about, like, let's bulldoze that Arlington National Cemetery. That'd make for good low-income housing. You know what I mean? He's not doing anything crazy like that. He's fucking shaking the system up.
Right.
And there's a lot of people who have, not only them, but a lot of their family is making good money on the way the system is,
Right.
which is fucking corrupt and broken. So, look, I'm not saying that when he leaves, everything's going to be
Honky dory.
right. But, I mean, the more they hate him, I think the better of a job he's doing.
Right. And they fucking hate him pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, the more that he rattles the sources of income in which all these, and I mean, I think he looks at it very pragmatically. I mean, I think he looks at shit and he goes, why are we spending, this insane amount of money over here? And
Right.
so, and you can't read the news and get any truth out of it. There's no true news. There's only fake news.
Right. Oh, that's the other thing. The flavor of the week, since you haven't been paying attention. Like I said, Biden is probably going to announce. The flavor of the week is that Beto O'Rourke character. He announced and instantly raised like $6 million, like instantly. So he's now the darling, although he said something stupid too, apparently. I forget what he said. Somebody jumped on him, but he doesn't seem to me to be terribly bright either. But neither am I.
I don't even know who he is.
He's a former U.S. representative from Texas who ran against Ted Cruz, and he didn't run for both his seat and the Senate, which I'll give him credit for that, because a lot of guys will just do both in case they lose, But yeah, he gave Ted Cruz a run for his money, and I guess he got somebody's panties moist. On the national level, so somebody's running them now. Younger than me. I can't remember a time when someone younger than me was running for president.
Well, that's not hard.
Well, I remember
everybody's younger than me now.
No, I know, but my dad, Bill Clinton was the first president younger than him, but he said it was like the first person younger than him who ran that he could really remember, I think this current crop, because I think even that Kamala Harris, she's like 48 or 49.
The Conway Show on the Drudge Report.
I think Cory Booker's younger than me too, scarily enough.
Warren pitches more than $100 trillion in new spending.
Elizabeth Warren is not younger than me.
During CNN town hall.
Pitches how much more?
$100 trillion.
Wow. I mean, must be nice.
So, you go through the headlines. This is why I can't watch any of this shit anymore or listen. Trump's Pennsylvania popularity is no accident. So that's obviously a Republican paper, which is the Pittsburgh Tribune Review.
Yeah.
Unlike U.S., New Zealand offers more than thoughts and prayer. That's obviously CNN. There you go. Gun control campaign against AR-15 is full of lies. The Federalist.
Right.
Right wing. Team Biden to haters. Bring it on. That's the Daily Beast. So they'll be eating them. Biden and Sanders are too old to be president. That's Washington Post.
Wow. Figure that would be the old Washington Times.
Well, but they kind of are too old.
Well, they technically really are. Bernie Sanders is way too old to be president.
Although
apparently he's healthy, though. So if he's healthy and he's lucid.
But you have to plan for 8 years.
Yeah, you have to plan on 8 years.
2021.
Yeah, he'll be
January 2021.
107.
Plus 8.
Yeah. He's already 74, 75, something.
Right, yeah, both of them are. Biden's like 74.
Yeah, what are they thinking, these guys? The fucking campaign trail will fucking kill you, never mind the presidency.
New York prosecutors ditched the Constitution to charge Manafort. The Hill. Right wing. Who do Jared Kushner, Ivanka Trump think they are? New York Times.
Right.
What a surprise. Truth comes to light in Bezos' spectacle.
Do you think Ivanka gets her fucking sphincter bleached?
Probably.
She looks like a sphincter bleaching girl.
Why the Christchurch attack implicates all white Australians.
Ooh.
Rachel Withers from Slate. It happened in New Zealand.
What happened?
Why the Christchurch attack?
You don't know
implicates
about that?
all white Australians.
You mustn't have heard about that, no?
Well, isn't Christchurch in New Zealand?
Yeah, there was a moth shooting.
Yeah.
All right, you know.
Right.
About that, right.
So why does it implicate all white Australians?
I don't know. I haven't read that article.
Why the Christchurch attack implicates all white Australians?
Right.
Well, it's not in Australia. It's in New Zealand.
I mean,
It's in a different country.
although
I know they're
it's like
close
saying
by.
South American. It's like saying South American or North American. Australia is a continent.
But New Zealand isn't on top of Australia. It's not part of Australia.
It's in Australia. It's in the continent in Australia. You know how like Canada and Mexico and the United States are in North America?
Is New Zealand part of the continent of Australia?
Yeah.
It's not attached, though.
No, it's an island. It's kind of like, Hawaii's in North America. but
Well, that's a
not
stretch.
attached.
That's a real stretch.
Well, I don't know.
And then
It's like saying how that thing in Brazil reflects on all South Americans. You know what I mean? Same thing.
well, I don't know. Are you upset about the mosque attack?
I have to say, Joe, maybe I'm a bad person. I heard it as it was going on almost, and I was like, I just don't care.
If it was a Catholic church, I wouldn't care.
Me too. It's in fucking New Zealand.
It's in New Zealand.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the problem with this.
Yeah.
It's in New Zealand.
Right.
It's a long way away.
It really is.
It didn't happen down the street. It doesn't mean I'm happy about it.
Right.
I'm not happy that 49 people get killed or however many, but it didn't happen.
By the way, it's
right here.
By the way, it's the end of the summer there right now.
Well, maybe the guy
Like
was
this is the end of the winter.
Maybe he was depressed.
First day of spring is almost here, Joe.
I know.
I need some fucking sun, man. I'm about ready to get moved into an office with no window now. Like, fuck. Be under a fucking fluorescent light. This isn't good.
Anti-Semitism coverage surges, with Fox taking the lead. Is there a new wave of anti-Semitism? Are we going to burn?
Yeah, it's on behalf of most of the freshman class in the fucking House of Representatives. You know what I mean? Pretty much, if you got elected,
you hate Jews.
You hate Jews. If you got elected to the U.S. House of Representatives for the first time, this last time around, there's a fucking better than 50-50 chance you don't like Hebes.
Is that because we're moving back towards socialism?
Yeah, probably. I don't know about that. We're just moving back towards, Jew hating.
Well, that's what the Nazis were all under, the Jew hating.
Yeah.
They were national socialists.
I understand.
So if you have you have some nationalism with Trump. And that's usually a right-wing thing.
Yeah, no.
And then
people who like Trump don't mind Jews.
No, as a matter of fact, people that like Trump sort of enjoy the meritocracy.
Yeah.
Which the Jews have always been a part of.
Right.
Well, because they do well.
Yeah.
But the socialists part of the equation, they hate the Jews.
Yeah, right.
Because who are these Jews to be doing well?
Yeah.
But that's never worked out. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, it's never worked out for the whole. It's never worked out for the world.
Right.
I guess these people don't. I guess it's because we're both fucking old. I think if you're 30, you probably World War II was so far.
Right.
The Soviet Union's a long way away.
Right.
I think about this Ocasio-Cortez. She was born in 1990.
That's after the fall of the Soviet Union.
You know, the Soviet Union was gone. You don't
Yep.
remember how
Yep.
fucking awful the Soviet Union was.
Right.
And like anything, if they don't teach history very well, do they?
They don't teach math very well, and they don't teach history very well,
the
Joe.
math is frightening.
Yeah, it sucks.
The
The rudimentary math. Once you get up into algebra, all right, you can't change algebra. But, man, K through 6, fucking math is fucked.
I don't even know how to explain it. I was helping my buddy's daughter do a little math, and they have this way of there's like a methodology to do it,
Right.
which makes you understand none of the math.
Thank you, Bill Gates.
It teaches you. Well, I don't know.
Idiot.
Is that Bill Gates?
Yeah, and now he's also on board to finding another way, just not going back to the way that we all learned it. And now admitting that this way is fucked up. Now they're looking for another way.
Now, is this Common Core? Is this what they're talking about? The new math?
Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
I think that's the second go round of something else. But yeah, maybe.
My buddy was saying it was Common Core. I don't. He watches only Fox News.
Maybe I should read up on it before I comment on it. I
So
just know I was
don't
around
know.
it.
All I know, I'm looking at how they're teaching her to do it, and I'm like, Jesus, this is
Extra. Why are they taking all these extra steps?
yes, this is the long way to go around the barn.
Yeah.
Why don't they just teach you how to fucking do math?
Right.
Why are they teaching you these? First stick a finger in your ass,
Right.
and then close your fucking left eye, and then spit twice, and then add these three things together and multiply by 100 and divide by 1,000, and then add 10, and then there's the answer.
Right.
And I'm looking at it going, this is fucking ludicrous. I ran into that with the kid next door. I told you about that. He came over. He was all fucked up. He was dividing polynomials.
Right.
And that's algebra. And I completely forgot how to do it, but we learned together.
Right.
And the way he was being taught was completely ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it was just...
That's algebra 2, I think, dividing polynomials.
Well, I don't know what it is, but...
It's algebra 2.
They were teaching it to him, and he was saying, yeah, but the teacher says we're supposed to do this. And I'm like, yeah, but then you have no idea why you're doing it.
Right.
And I spent probably 10 hours with him over 2 nights, and then he never came back he got nothing but A's in math.
Oh, good.
So I'm not taking the credit.
Something clicked anyway.
Something clicked. What clicks is, I'm not fucking going along with, we discovered that the way he was being taught was fucked.
Yeah.
And after we were done, he was like, this is stupid.
Yeah. I had to fucking reteach myself when I was doing the subbing there 10 years ago.
Oh, because they had the fucked up way of...
Yeah, I was out of the math thing I just learned it from the fucking teacher's book before I taught the class. You know what I mean? Had to speak the language, I guess. But, yeah, man. Excuse me.
You had to pretend that it was that you knew what you were doing.
The fuck were we talking about before we started talking about the new math?
People hating Jews.
Oh, yeah. That's algebraic. Right.
People hate the Jews.
They do.
And there's an uprising in Europe of Jew hating.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, that's been going on for a while.
There's an uprising in fucking Minnesota and Michigan. These places. It's everywhere.
Minnesota hates the Jews?
I don't know. I'm sure there's at least one district in Minnesota.
Biden is 76 and Bernie is 77.
Jesus Christ, guys. Bernie's 77?
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck?
So, you're talking about being 87 years old?
By the time you're done.
88.
Yeah.
And Trump's the oldest president ever.
Yeah, he is. No doubt.
At age 72.
And Hillary would have been also.
He looks pretty good.
He's just big, man. But you know he's got good doctors. I'm sure he's had a couple fucking routing outs of his fucking arteries that nobody knows about. You know what I mean? He is a big boy.
He doesn't exercise at all.
At all. He's big though. He weighs 3 bills easy. You know what I mean?
He's a tall guy.
He's tall. I mean, he's blubbery. He doesn't have a fucking ounce of fucking muscle tone on him like yours truly. But I bet you he's 3 bills, 320, something like that. His last physical, they said he was like 250 or something. Bullshit. You're 250.
2 likely contenders for Democratic nomination who lead early poll. Senator Bernie Sanders and former Vice President Joe Biden will be 79 and 78 respectively. Yeah.
One of them's dying of old age on the primary trail. Wouldn't that be? I'm not saying that'd be great because I don't want anyone to die, but that would be great drama. Just the stuff you can't make up. It's like a movie.
I think Elizabeth Warren dying would be
She's
good.
gonna live to be 110, man. She's one of them healthy little chicks. She's like a bantam rooster, man, or whatever.
Yeah, but you know something? Maybe she'll go like visit like where the Battle of the Little Bighorn was, and she'll just fucking drop dead.
Listen, I think she's sharp. She seems very sharp. If you want to ask me who's sharper, her with Joe Biden, you know, she's probably a little
I don't think
sharper.
there's any question that she's smart.
Yeah.
She's just fucking crazy.
And scary. She's frightening.
And you know something? I don't give a fuck whether this sounds like it sounds. I can't even think of the word. When it's anti-woman or whatever the fuck it is. Misogynistic. But she's so fucking shrill. She's so.
They hate
her
that
voice
word.
is so fucking annoying.
She's awful.
You know, when she gets loud, she's almost as nobody's as bad as fucking Hillary, who had this screeching fucking ugh. But listening to this whore screech, just.
I wonder when the last time like a real scholar was president who wasn't in the army, wasn't a politician. She's up against it. That's all. She's a scholar. You know what I mean? She's not a lifetime politician by any means.
Yeah, but
it's
I don't
just
think
an interesting background.
She was a. I don't know what is she? She was a law
scholar.
professor.
Yeah, I don't think she ever practiced law. She's a teacher.
Done something.
I don't know. I thought she worked her way up in the ranks of fucking. I don't know anything about her.
She lied her way to becoming.
Lied her way to the top.
Fucking. She Pocahontas. We got to turn Pocahontas into a verb.
Would you be more upset if she lied her way to the top or sucked cock her on her way to the top?
Lied.
Yeah.
Sucking cock to the way to the top is usually the way it's been done.
It's just fucking good, honest work.
Yeah, hey, you know.
It ain't lying.
You're not
Liz.
lying.
Right. At least you ain't lying when you're sucking dick.
You Harvey Weinstein'd your way up.
Right. Although you might be lying to yourself that it's okay to suck cock on your way to the top. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's
Well, that's all what all these women did with Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Guarantee you that 2/3 of the women willingly sucked Harvey's dick.
There's a lot of that been going on in Hollywood and everywhere for a long time. Well, look at Monica Lewinsky. Just didn't work out for her.
2/3 of them willingly did it, and now they're upset about it.
Bill Clinton.
And he gave him a choice. He said, "You can suck my cock, or you're not getting the part."
Bill Clinton.
And they sucked his dick.
Not only blew his filthy load down Monica Lewinsky's fucking throat, he fucking stuck a cigar in a 21 or 22-year-old intern's fucking twat in the Oval Office. That's your president.
Yeah, and he was the basically the leading Democrat.
Well, I mean,
he was still seen.
He was
as
technically an outsider when he got in because he came from state government, blah blah blah. But yeah,
he
took
was
the
seen
party
as
right over.
The leading Democrat all the way through Obama administration as well.
Yeah. He was the de facto party leader, kind of.
Right.
Sort of.
Until he was just...
Which is what Obama will be taking back shortly. You know what I mean?
Until he was just proven to be a fucking lech by the great Donald Trump.
Whom is Obama.
Who brought out all of the whores.
How long?
Bill... Not whores, I should say. Women that Bill raped and fondled.
How long
unwillingly.
How long until Barack Obama backs a presidential hopeful? I'm going to tell you right now. After the Democratic convention, that's when he fucking throws his weight behind someone.
There's not going to be any like.
There's not going to be some ringing endorsement for Cory Booker in fucking May.
No.
You know what I mean?
Cory Booker. I'll be fucking president before Cory Booker will.
Right.
I mean, he's just what a douchebag. he's just so fucking. He's dumb.
Yeah. Again, another one of these guys with a law degree and a dream. You know?
And he's dumb. Literally.
I don't know. I think he's smarter than me, but whatever. I can't call anyone smarter than me dumb, Joe.
Yeah, but I think he's still...
It makes me real dumb.
He's probably smarter than me, but he's dumb.
Yeah.
He's still fucking dumb.
Yeah. He's not as smart as he thinks. We'll put it that way.
And maybe he's book smart. Maybe he can read something and...
retain it.
Recall real good, but he's still a fucking idiot.
Right.
He's a shallow thinker.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
He doesn't have...
He's not a deep thinker. Very good. I like that.
He's not. He's a fucking... He's an imbecile. So...
That's what's great about the upcoming season. So glad we have a podcast for the beginning. We started at the end of the... Well, we started thinking about it right after the whole fucking presidential thing went down. But we used to have a lot of talks during during the primary season. Of course, it was how great it was that Donald was just laying waste to the field one after another after another.
He beat a lot of smart people.
Yeah, it's just fun that to see them fucking eat themselves from the other side is going to be great. I can't imagine who's going to be left standing. I still think it's someone who's not even in it yet. You know?
Could be.
Could be. Who the fuck is going to be left standing?
That's why these things are good, though.
It's fun. Now look.
Hey, Ellen DeGeneres is worth $400 million.
I believe that. She probably owns her show.
It's good to be a fucking batty-eyed sneaker fucking wearing lesbian douchebag.
Now, Joe, I'm sure she's lovely. Yeah. I don't get the whole... Does she do CoverGirl or Estee Lauder? She's a fucking she sells makeup. Well, she was for a while. And the reason why...
I don't like her. And I can't even tell you why. Like everybody, a lot of people love her, but I don't like her.
I don't know. I laughed at her stand-up.
I don't know what it is.
I laughed at her stand-up.
I never thought she was a
I remember her
stand-up.
first TV show. It was called With Friends Like These. It lasted less than a season. And then reemerged with the Ellen Show later. I didn't really like the Ellen Show. I didn't dislike it, but I just didn't watch it. But I do remember her stand-up. So.
You know what it is about her?
I remember Rosie O'Donnell's stand-up, too, by the way.
She did an interview with John McCain, who was running at the time, who couldn't say that he was for gay marriage, and you could tell that he didn't care.
Right.
And she was drilling him.
Yeah.
Why can't I just marry someone that I love? And she's going on, and I just remember, why don't you fucking kill yourself? Fucking go get another pair of fucking basketball sneakers, because we don't want to end up with a whole country of people looking like you fucking
Right.
pant wearing, fucking Converse sneaker, fucking
Fruit of
buy
the
it
Loom
up
wearing.
cunt, fucking starry-eyed lunatic. Yeah.
Poor Ellen.
Fuck you, Ellen. Fuck you and your $400 million.
Yeah. So you believe she's got 400 mil, right?
Probably does. Yeah, probably has more.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because she hosts a talk show good. Yeah, it's so funny. You think of Oprah being this, billionaire, and you're like, well, what did she do?
She ripped off Phil Donahue.
She had midgets on her show. People that were raped by their fucking, Were you raped by your child?
Right.
Were you forcibly raped by your
Own child.
Your bulbous son? I mean, that's how she made her money. Midgets. People raped by various family members. I guess, I should really look up to that.
Whatever. She basically just took the format that Phil Donahue started. Actually, didn't Phil even start that? I think he did.
Phil was up and walking around and asking questions, and people was. Yeah, that was Phil Donahue.
Yeah. I think she just, the whole business model she introduced, which was she had a production company and owned it from the very start. And there it is.
Well, there was syndication.
Right. Well, King World
That was
syndicated
new,
it, but she owned it.
She didn't own King World.
No, I'm
that
saying.
was two guys.
Yeah.
They made a lot of money off of her, too. She just connected with dumb housewives.
Right.
And I'm sorry, housewives, but if you really liked Oprah, you're probably a moron.
Boy, people loved Oprah. They still do.
Well, because she's full of shit, and she can make you... I don't know. I guess she can bamboozle these people.
Fabulously wealthy.
She's one of them. She really is. You're not going to get invited to the fucking... She calls it the promised land where she lives.
That's what she calls Montecito or whatever the fuck she lives in.
It wasn't that long ago. There was a big fucking goof because she had a big party there, but no one was allowed in the house. It's like in the backyard.
Oh, they had fucking
people
porta toilets and shit.
were going in to take a piss, and they were like, no, you can't come in.
Right.
So you're not allowed to get inside the promised land.
Right.
Unless you're Stedman. Just hanging on.
Who
to Oprah.
has his own bedroom.
Clear
across that
throws
fucking
up
house.
every time he fucks Oprah.
You don't know that.
Sure.
Maybe they have fun.
Sure he does.
I'm sure she's had some surgery. She's probably fucking snapping her fucking twat back up or whatever. And
I don't know.
she's probably got a fucking booby lift.
Hey, did we
I bet you as far as fat old chicks go, she probably doesn't look that bad. Although, can you imagine in the morning?
Looks horrible. You know how much makeup they got to put on her to just wheel her out?
Imagine what her mouth smells like in the morning. Oh,
No.
fucking vile. What smells worse, her mouth or her ass?
Definitely the mouth.
Yeah. Because you can fucking bathe that ass right before bed, but when you wake up, that mouth and all that shit you've been eating, fucking drinking, and
Have we done an hour?
Yeah,
I'm
man.
leaving.
Okay. Thanks for doing an hour with me. I was starting to fucking get afraid we weren't doing a show.
No,
tonight.
I woke up.
It's great. Because I wasn't going up if you didn't wake up. I don't have it in me to wake you up.
All right.
All right. Well, I'm Al. That's Joe.
And this is a short show.
That's fine. We a couple short shows in a row.
Al.
At least we're doing.
He's Al. I'm Joe, and this is a short show.
All right. Good night, Waterbury.
Later.